what made to appear that some chemical weapons were used. What appeared on to our investigation that that was used by the opponents, by the rebels, and we have no indication at all that the government, Syria, the authority of the Syrian government have used chemical weapons.
So this reeks of a false flag operation.
Rebel forces have been accused many times of chemical weapons attacks in Syria. I myself visited a destroyed school in Aleppo last year where we saw evidence there that rebels have been using it as a chemical weapons making factory.
This attack that you're seeing the product of right now comes just days after the Trump administration announced a major shift in the U.S. policy on Syria. That shift was no longer will the U.S. have any interest in regime change, in ousting Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Is it just a coincidence that right after that we saw what could have been a wanton attack on his own people? We're joined by CNN senior international correspondent Arwood Damon and Clarissa Ward. Good to have you both. Now, as expected from our earlier conversation, the Syrian regime is coming out and saying we didn't have anything to do with this. But again, coming from the air with directed attacks that seem to have some type of noxious gas capabilities, that's not something that you're going to see from some run-of-the-mill ISIS or rogue type running around in the desert.
No, you're not necessarily. And the broader issue here, of course, is then what happens next? What does the international community do? Do they allow this attack to happen with impunity the same way that we saw happening in 2013 with the chemical attack that took place in Ghouta outside of Damascus?
Well, France is calling for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, but who knows what that will result in.
And that kind of action, those kinds of calls have not resulted in anything shifting when it comes to what's happening in Syria. And I think that's what's been so confounding for those of us that are covering it. We know what's happening there. We're watching it happen. The world is watching it happen. And yet it seems as if no one is willing or able, but probably willing, to make the sacrifice it's going to take in terms of whatever political chips they have in their pockets to put pressure where pressure is needed, and in this particular case, to stop the Syrians and their backers from attacking the civilian population. No matter who's responsible for this, there are civilians that are dying by airstrikes caused by the Russians and by the Syrians every single day.
Market, which is a completely civilian area, and there's just been a large bomb strike on that building behind me. We heard the explosion. We were just about 5 minutes over that way. The fire brigade, Islamic State fire brigade, are here trying to clear up the mess.
C'est le plus grand quartier général encore, je le répète. Et ouais,